Heyo, welcome to the Fantasy Football Garage. I'm Chris, the Candyman, and you already know what time it is. Tonight, we're drafting Best Ball Mania 7. I've already hopped right into a draft, actually waiting on 4 more to start. So if you want to jump in, come get the smoke. Tonight, we're talking about how you're drafting the first round wide receivers wrong. You can't trust the ADP. You can't just trust anyone's rankings. So stick around because you're going to want to find out my projections. I've got the bear case, the base case, and the bull case for every wide receiver right now going in the first round. It might not be exactly what you think. I've got some hot takes. I'm going to be telling you guys all about it. We're going to get right into it. This is a Best Ball Mania 7 draft, and we're feeling good. It's hot best ball summer. It's already here. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this for the first time later after live, make sure you're subscribed. Go right down there, smash that subscribe button. Help me. I've got a goal to hit 2,000 subs. Maybe we can do it before the start of the NFL season. We'll find out. But we just hit 1,000 sub goal, and it's only up from here. I've got something cooking right now. I'm cooking up a big marathon stream to celebrate the 1,000 subs. We're going to have a lot of awesome guests on and be interacting with the chat. We're going to play some games. We're going to play some poker, maybe some Jackbox party games. Who knows what we'll get into? Check the post that I put out. I think it was like beginning of this week for more details, but that's coming soon. We're drafting out of the 9th spot tonight. Perfect. This is the perfect spot to showcase because if you look at the ADP right now, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown. He goes about the 7.7, so pretty much the 8th player off the board, but he's in that same tier with CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. So what do you do when you're in the back end of the first round? Do you pull up one of the running backs like James Cook, who led the NFL in rushing yards last season? Do you pull up the sophomore Ashton Jeanty, the improved Clint Kubiak Raiders offense, and quarterback upgrade with Mendoza? I got it all figured out. Sometimes you see like a JT or a CMC fall to that range. So I will caveat to say, I'm still really bullish on JT. I'll take him at the 5 spot, 6 spot. So if he falls, I'm snapping him up. If it's McCaffrey, we'll flip a coin because I've got a receiver in that tier that I'm pretty high on. Let's see if he falls to me. So far, so good. Pretty standard stuff here. Again, I'm drafting out of the 8th spot. Yeah, this is a very standard start, so nothing crazy yet. Yo, what's up? Good to see you guys. Throw some Lambos in the chat. Throw out those Lambo emotes. So we go Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's kind of my top receiver in this tier. I know the ADP says that, but I think his floor is extremely high. His ceiling can be matched by Justin Jefferson. Spoiler alert, I don't know if CeeDee Lamb can get there with the same ceiling in 2026. Not with the way that George Pickens is going to be commanding targets in that offense. It's not 2023 anymore. CeeDee Lamb's not playing with Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup. He's actually got a real, another receiver who's a real threat to his target share. Ooh, Jeanty goes. Jeanty would have been nice there. So Chase Brown goes a little bit early. I'm going Achane. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devon, Achane. Sign me up. Let's go. How are we doing tonight, fellas? Good to see you. Hey, we got Hartman in here. Hartman and I actually went live last night on his channel. Go check it out. I'm going to throw the link into the chat now. Hartman Fantasy Football. We went long last night. We did like 3 hours. We hung out in the studio before and after. Some really, really good stuff. So here's Hartman's channel. Boom. Make sure you're subscribed to Hartman as well. You guys already know Hartman. I mean, he and I, we've probably done 100 drafts together in the last year alone. We did our FFPC Big Gorilla last year, our high stakes draft. Didn't go so well. We drafted it in June. We went 0 RB. We took Brock Bowers at the 103. It's a FFPC is high stakes, tight end premium. So we thought we were in the right. We also took Rashee Rice. Yikes. We took Skytaboo. Nice until it wasn't because of injury. Not nice, bad. So it all comes around, but we are going to be drafting more FFPC teams together this year as well. We're just going to be waiting a little bit closer to August, I think. But we did 2 Best Ball Manias last night on stream. Had a lot of fun. Talked a lot of ball. Go check it out. Make sure you subscribe to Hartman Fantasy Football. And make sure you're subscribed here. Who else we got? Yo, Chris B. What's up, brother? Dude, we're doing great. I'm doing so good. Appreciate the likes, the kind words, my man. Chris B., I think you heard this already, but I'm moving next week. I'm moving from Houston to the Austin area next week. So there's a lot going on. The shelves are empty. There's boxes everywhere. There's a box there. Everything's in boxes. I just boxed up a bunch of my clothes, and it's craziness. So next week's going to be hectic, but then like pretty soon, y'all are going to see me streaming live from the new house. It's going to be sick. I've got an office at the new house. That's going to be a whole different setup. And I'm also going to be setting up a streaming spot in my garage. We're going back to the garage, and I've got big plans in the works for that. So more to come. It's going to be sick. All right. I kind of got into it, but Amon-Ra is my top pick. I actually go Jefferson. CeeDee Lamb is the guy I have ranked 3rd in that tier of wide receivers. And I do like them ahead of the running backs, but I wouldn't hate pulling up one of the running backs. I just like to get I do like to pair one of these receivers with the running back that goes early in the second round. Achane, Genty, Henry, Chase Brown, Ken Walker, James Cook, all good options. Even Saquon Barkley. Hampton, I don't mind. I think he's got something to prove. Good offense, though, so maybe we can see it. A.J. Brown goes pick 21. We're on A.J. Brown watch to see, because he does go ahead of Drake London in this one, but Nico Collins actually goes ahead of both of them. Coming back around. I'm back on the clock soon. Let's go over here. We can do like Rice. We're going to fade the legal fears. Wow, T. Higgins is the next available pick. I think I'm cool with Rashee Rice on this one, so let's let that ride. Boom, go back over here. Neighbors goes pick 32. That's a little rich for my taste. We'll see. I'm curious if the player that I like comes back around at pick 40. It's probably doesn't, but I'd be open to Javonte Williams at pick 40. There's a small chance he comes back around, but what I'm anticipating is the drafter takes him at pick 39. Because I think both of the drafters in the corner, what I would do at least is I would double tap receiver here. You go Buka, go T-Mac. You got some sophomore wide receivers you like, but yeah, you got to get McConkey, the third-year breakout. He's probably going to go Zay Flowers or Garrett Wilson. He's got Derrick Henry. He might want to go Zay Flowers. He might want to switch off the Ravens, but I would double down on the Ravens. He goes Zay Flowers. So this guy's going to take Javonte Williams, and then I'm going to be able to take either Garrett Wilson, Josh Jacobs, Luther Burden, or Cam Scadaboo. He pulls up Mike Evans. I'm going to go ahead and just hammer Javonte Williams there. A player that I think his realistic touches per game projection for me, it's going to be 17 plus, which is nice. And I think it could even be as high as, on a good week, 20 plus touches in a good week for him. So high-powered offense, we like it, playing in the dome. Not a lot of competition as his backup, for his backup running back, so he's going to dominate those touches, the high-value touches. He can catch the ball just fine. So I'll take Javonte Williams there, a player I want to get a little bit more exposure to. I don't have a ton of yet, but I like the way we started this one. I've got the legal risk with Rice, but I'm not going to be fading the legal situations. I'm just going to be betting on talent, betting on these players, good offenses. Maybe we get him a home stack later around pick 88. Could work out. I've got a backup plan to go Goff. I honestly think Malik Willis would be fun. I don't think he's a great stack with Achane necessarily, because they both want to score fantasy points with their rushing upside. So there's some trade-offs there. I don't know that like a Konami code quarterback like Malik Willis, who you're really betting on that high floor from his rushing upside, is a great stacking partner with a pass-catching running back who's going to want a lot of dump-offs. At the same time, we'll just see how cheap we can get Malik Willis. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to slap that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Come draft with me. Come sit up in the chat. Tell me what spot you're drafting from if you're in here. This is a best ball mania. Yeah, what's up, Ullman? I would argue JJ could have a better year than CMC. I think this is possible. It's possible. The only way we get there is Jefferson connection with Murray is good. He's averaging, anywhere from 17 in the base case to 21, 22 high case, fantasy points per game and half PPR would be pretty extreme. Actually, in full PPR, I think is where I actually did my projection. So it'd be full PPR. I'm back on the clock here. I could do Bucky Irving, which he goes. DJ Moore, Adunze, Jadarian Price, Bashal Tootin. I'm kind of tempted to go Tootin here. I also like Jadarian Price. Tootin or Price? Let's go Price. Let's go Price here. I think the Seahawks invested a lot of draft capital in him in the NFL draft, and I think he could get a decent amount of touches. We'll see. I'm a little bit skeptical of what his true touch ceiling is, but I think in the 5th round, I'm okay with going there because I like the options at receiver that come back around in the 6th round, and I don't think I'm going to be taking a QB this early anyways, like Burrow goes. But yeah, so the only case where Jefferson, even when Jefferson smashes, he's not going to project for more points than Christian McCaffrey based on what we saw last season. We're going to have to see a season from Christian McCaffrey where he's burnt out, he's nagging injuries, missing games. They're not able to deploy him in the same way, because if they can deploy Christian McCaffrey after coming off a 450 touch ceiling, including the playoff games, if they can deploy Christian McCaffrey next year in the same way, he'll smoke Justin Jefferson, not even close. Even best case scenario, Justin Jefferson gets smoked. But the last time a running back had 450 touches, or even more than 400 touches, over the age of 30, and came back the next year and didn't have a significant drop off in their production. Oh God, it was 1985. Who was it? Walter Payton in 1985 is what it was. So the odds are not in McCaffrey's favor that he's going to hold up based on the workload he had last season. So that is the bear case for McCaffrey. He just can't hold up. And if Justin Jefferson has a true connection, has a bounce back, Justin Jefferson's fantasy points per game been going down every single year since that big 2022 Offensive Player of the Year. He gets paid. He gets the iced out grill, the chains, and his production has just slipped every year. The quarterback play hasn't been good, but Kevin O'Connell can figure shit out. So he should be able to at least. I think Kyler Murray's a step up. Also, Kyler Murray hasn't really been averaging a whole lot of passing yards per game. I think the last time he got over like 240 a game or 250 a game was 2021. I think the last time that Kyler Murray had like over 250 passing yards per game. So he's really going to have to consolidate the targets around Justin Jefferson. I think it's possible, but they've got guys like Juwan Jennings. They've got Addison. They've got Hawkinson. Aaron Jones can catch a few balls. So it's not like there isn't any target competition at all, is what I'm saying. So I'm not going to obviously take Dak at 81. He's the next quarterback to go. Let me show you guys the queue. I'm up in 2 picks for the first 6 rounds. I have a 3-3 with Achane, Javonte Williams, Jadarian Price, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Rashee Rice, Brian Thomas. This is a Best Ball Mania 7 draft. I like Pollard here. I hope I can get Pollard here. Would be nice. I think I'll just do that. Dak goes, which is very typical for the drafter who took CeeDee Lamb, so that makes sense to me. I'm going to take Tony Pollard here. Just bet on the fact that he's a high volume touch guy. Maybe he helps pad the weeks where Jadarian Price is not getting as many touches as we would expect or want. I'm queuing up Trevor Lawrence. But do I actually want Patrick Mahomes instead? Is what I'm thinking. I would go Trevor Lawrence with Brian Thomas. Or do I take Patrick Mahomes to go with Rashee Rice? Patrick Mahomes coming off the injury. Do I just say fuck it and take Justin Herbert instead? I don't have any stacks with Herbert, but the rushing upside we saw with Herbert last year was pretty nice. Almost 500 rushing yards. T-Law got to like 360, but he had 9 rushing touchdowns, which was hard to repeat. Mahomes had over 400 rushing yards. So these guys are pretty dangerous. They're all available. I've got the stack with T-Law or Herbert. I'm really tempted just to, or T-Law and Mahomes. I'm tempted just to go Herbert. I went Mahomes here. I think Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Patrick Mahomes are all in a similar tier. I made a 3rd-round pick on Rashee Rice. I need that to pay off. I need a big week. I need the connection there. Brian Thomas at picks, 64. the amount of draft capital I've sunk into Brian Thomas it's not really that close to the amount that I put into Rashee Rice. There's a pretty big gap there. So assuming I'm going to, Trevor Lawrence going to get drafted to somebody else, Herbert obviously going to go to someone else. Pick 105, I'll come back around and figure it out from there. Figure out who my QB2 could be. But investing in Mahomes, I feel like I'm good for a while. I might pivot to wide receiver 4, or I might pivot to tight end pretty soon. Yo, GM, Jalapeno Jenkins. What's up, brother? How we doing? Yo, what's up, Ethics? We're getting ethical in here. Good to see you. Thanks for being a subscriber. Appreciate you, brother. Hartman, you're the man. Glad we could do it. We'll do it again soon. Hartman and I are sweating right now. We've been DMing today our PGA best ball teams in the scramble. And I've got a team in the big scramble that's still alive. There's only going to be 25 teams that make it to the finals of the big scramble with a chance to win $40,000. I've got one team that's in first. I'm hoping to get out of my pod. I'm feeling pretty damn good because I have JJ Spawn and I have Ryan Gerard on the same roster, and no one else in my pod has either of those golfers. Last I checked, Spawn and Gerard were co-leaders, so it doesn't get much better than that. Yeah. Spawn, Gerard, Clark, and Fleetwood are all co-leaders, so it doesn't get much better than that. Pick 105, 112. Xavier Worthy's there. The double stack with Mahomes. Let's go. Come on. Let's do it. Yeah. I think I have to. Otherwise, I'd be interested here in... I don't want Gainwell. Brooks is kind of interesting. Let's see if he comes back around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Worthy here. I'm going to be punting tight end because Laporta and Pitts both went before my shot to take him. Herbert kind of falls to 97 here. It's not a huge fall, but it is something. So I'm going to go Worthy, get a double stack with Mahomes. I love it when a plan comes together. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to force the Kelsey pick, but that'd be kind of a smart pick, I think, too. Bo Nix off the board. So I'm going to queue up. I think Pittman Jr. is just a target earner, but do I really need a wide receiver 5 this early? I don't know. Not the worst place to take him. Jared Goff makes a lot of sense. What's the buy for Mahomes by week 5? Jared Goff is by week 6. So that could be nice. Kyler, even a naked Kyler could make sense here, but maybe I just push it a little bit. I talked about going for Malik Willis earlier. Could be the play. Jonathan Brooks would look nice here. I don't hate Kenneth Gainwell. I kind of hate the current price, is what I'll say. I think Michael Pittman's a target earner. I think he could fill in really well on this team. Murray goes. I think Pittman's kind of interesting. Romeo Dobbs is kind of in this range as well. Shuck goes. So I can get Goff, Pittman, Jonathan Brooks. I'm going to go Goff. I'm going to go Goff here. Kind of like right at ADP, just past ADP, but I have the stack with the Monroe, so I'm not going to pass that up. I'm going to be done at QB with these two most likely, Mahomes and Goff. We'll just see who falls to me. I'm definitely punting tight end. It's round 10, and I don't have a single tight end yet. So I missed that, but I'm going to hammer some middle round tight ends. We'll see what comes back around. Appreciate you, Hartman. Fantasy Dog, my man. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for being in here. Thanks for liking the stream, as always. How we doing? Got one through in the scramble, another hanging on by a thread. Hell yeah. Yeah, we still got a ways to go. We gotta get through the cut tomorrow, and we'll see. We'll see. The cut will make a huge difference tomorrow. I've got 3 scrambles, 1 Pat Mayo, and 1 big scramble that I'm hoping to get the big scramble through. I've got 1 scramble that's in first. I have 1 scramble in second that doesn't seem like it's going to have a chance unless things change with the way the cut goes. And then the Pat Mayo is close. And it's for the Pat Mayo, 1 and 2 advance. So there's a good shot there. Kelsey goes. but I'm not really worried about that here. I've made my investment in Worthy and Rice as my top pass catchers for my home stack. So I could look to like Jake Ferguson or Mark Andrews. I think it'd be fine. Romeo Dobbs is still there. Aaron Jones goes. He was someone I was considering. I like Tyrone Tracy. When it comes back around to 129, that is the spot where Malik Willis would be. I don't know if it makes sense to grab the third tight end this early. The draft capital is pretty steep. I feel like I can still get some nice pieces here. And Malik Willis goes anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and take... I kind of think of Tyrone Tracy as being a pretty serious cliff for running back. And so I'm going to grab Tracy there. Mark Andrews, Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid goes. Kincaid would have been an interesting bring back to my Achane Week 17 matchup, but I didn't want to force it. Didn't have to have him. Andrews also goes. I don't particularly draft Isaiah Likely very much. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think he's a big target earner, and he's not like a full-time tight end either. I think Theo Johnson's pretty decent. So I would go Dallas Goedert 100%, 100 times out of 100 over Isaiah Likely. He's still available. I might be able to get him. Yeah, I'm going to go Dallas Goedert here as my first tight end. Dallas Goedert was my most drafted tight end last year. It worked out, and he's even cheaper this year. Coming off like a literal career year where Dallas Goedert was notorious for never playing 17 games. And last year, not only did he play, he's not showing up in my queue. I'm going to pull up his stats. I'm pretty sure he played all 17 games last year, didn't he? But he had a career year of touchdowns with 11. He had about almost 600 yards. Pretty nice. He had 60 receptions, 82 targets. So right in line with kind of like what we're used to seeing from him. But the 11 touchdowns was nice. I'm a little behind at wide receiver. It's been a while. I'm anchoring with Amon-Ra and Rashee Rice. So I went Amon-Ra. I have a 2-5-4-1. A little bit behind a wide receiver. We'll make up for it with some volume. Amon-Ra, Achane, Rice, Javonte, Jadarian Price, Brian Thomas, Tony Pollard. So that's my core. I stack them up with Mahomes. Then I backstack them with Worthy. I got Goff to go with Amon-Ra, Tyrone Tracy. Week 17 against Javonte for what it's worth. Dallas Goedert. See some more QBs go off the board. I think this is way too high for Jonah Coleman and way too high for Woody Marks. I'm only projecting Coleman at like 8 touches a game. I'm actually projecting Marks for like 6 to 8 touches a game. And I think even the 8 touches per game on Coleman is a little bit optimistic and kind of weighted towards the end of the season when maybe Dobbins is missing time. But we're not going to see anything from Marks like we did last year where he was getting 17 touches per game. That's going to be all David Montgomery. So I think it makes a lot of sense for me here just to go Juwan Jennings. I think he's nice. I think it's a decent range to take him. Target competition with Addison. Kyler only attempting like 33 passes per game. Not the most exciting. I think he's a good enough player. He'll be on the field. He can score some touchdowns. I've seen Aaron Rodgers going earlier and earlier in every draft for the last couple days. He goes pick 157 here. Yo, what's up, Case, dude? How we doing, brother? Oh, Case, I'm second in one of your advancing scrambles. Yeah, that's the one I'm in second in. I don't think I have a good shot of winning that one. I think you got it, brother. So I'm really just pulling for my big scramble at this point. And if I get my other scramble that's currently in first, it's not that one. If I get that one through as well, like, all the better. But damn, I'm just going to end up with so much Trey Tucker. It's whatever. I think Las Vegas might sign someone. Maybe it could be Diggs, but I'll take Trey Tucker there just to get some volume in, maybe a spike week as my wide receiver 6 on this team. So I double tap receivers here. 13th and 14th round. I kind of got stonewalled at tight end because I had Strange, Gadsden, and Conquo all go before my pick in the 13th round. I would have smashed any of those guys. I think it's good to get Jennings, though. I definitely needed a receiver. But then with Johnson, Sadiq, and Hawkinson all going before my next pick, I would have taken all of them over Trey Tucker. It's okay. It's all right. We'll make up for it. There's some late tight ends I like, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this for the first time, come get in the chat. Say what up. Make sure you're subbed. Smash the like. Do all the things you're supposed to do. Come chill with us. I stream best ball drafts. I talk fantasy football 3-4 nights a week usually. We got a bunch of shows going on. I was on with Hartman last night on his channel. I posted his link in the chat. You can find it. Go sub to him as well. But I've got some late tight ends that I like. That everyone's got a late tight end they like. I've got some ones that I think for these best ball drafts just have way higher floor than where they're being drafted. Like, some of these guys should be going in probably the 13th round, next to Hunter Henry, next to Gadsden, and they're being slept on. So you'll know. I'm about to get there because I'm probably going to double tap tight end with my next 2 picks. There's no running backs I really like left, and I've already got 5 running backs that are solid with Achane, Javonte Williams, Jadarian Price, Tony Pollard, Tyrone Tracy. I don't have any big bye week issues. All of my running backs have different bye weeks. My receivers are fine. I could use some depth there. I'll probably end up going 8 receivers and the 3 tight ends, and that's how we'll wrap this one up. So I'm probably going a 2 QB build, 5 running back build, unless we'll see. I don't know. It could be fun to throw in like another chief, like Emmett Johnson on this one. If Mendoza's there, I'm pretty tempted to go Mendoza now because I've got Trey Tucker, and I have high confidence Mendoza starting, so it just gives me more shots on goal. Okay, Schultz was one of the names. Schultz, a great late tight end piece. Schultz was one of the only tight ends, like I think it was 5 or 6 tight ends last year that had over 70 or 75 receptions. Schultz had 82, so he was way up there. I like Barner. These guys all just took tight end. I'm going to scroll up. They have 2, 3, and 0 tight end. So the guy on the end needs tight end. He doesn't need QB. All of these teams have 2 or 3 QBs. I'm going to take Barner here. I hope I don't regret that. I like Barner. You guys remember his end zone fade touchdown he scored in the Super Bowl. He's a good target in that offense. I like the way they use him. I know we got new coaches, new system. Brian Fleury coming from San Francisco. He's a new OC, first-time play caller in Seattle. He's the tight ends coach with the 49ers coming over to Seattle. So what does that say for Barner? Big target. Guy can catch the ball well. Get open in space. Fade routes. Come on. So Kittle Light, Kittle Jr. AJ Barner's one of my favorite late-round picks at tight end. I'm fingers crossed Mendoza comes back to me because I have the Trey Tucker stack, but I don't really need him. So I don't really need him on this team. It'd be nice to have. It'd be better than an 8th wide receiver, but can we make it happen? We did it. We pushed Mendoza to pick 184. Not quite 20 picks past ADP, but I already had Trey Tucker, so the back stack there is nice. Gives me one more quarterback stack. So you love it. I've got Mendoza with Tucker. I've got Worthy, Mahomes, and Rashee Rice. And then I've got Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't have any Bears. I don't have any Chargers. I don't have any Cardinals. So I don't have any bringbacks for those games. It didn't pan out that way. A few more wide receivers to go. I've got some wide receivers that I think make a lot of sense. So I'm probably going to go one more wide receiver and one more tight end on this squad. It's a Best Ball Mania 7, and I'm feeling pretty good. I think we're ripping this one. This is a nice team. I could stop at 2 tight ends. Tight ends don't matter that much. I could stop at 2. It's late tight end. It's not a whole lot of draft capital. I probably want a 3rd, but we'll just see who's available. Tiger's not going to be playing this year. I don't think, coming off of his rehab from the Achilles last year, and then his incident in Florida, you know, the DUI. So 0% chance that I catch up on you. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think we'll have to see, but anything can happen. With the cut, it's always interesting. But yeah, I kind of gave up on that team. I'm really pulling for my big scramble because then it's a 25-person final and it's a chance to win 40K, which would be sick. Yo, what's up? Inside Out Kid. Insidious Kid, my bad. Just joined up. What's the format? Yeah, dog. This is a Best Ball Mania 7 $25 draft. About 670,000 people enter between now and September. And the grand prize is $2 million. It's best ball, half PPR, and Underdog. You draft 18 rounds. You got to start 3 receivers every week, 2 running backs, a flex, a tight end, a QB. So it's single quarterback. And it's best ball. It's fun. It's a great format. I've been playing for, gosh, I think this is like my 5th year playing. So having fun with it, getting some volume in, drafting in June. What could be better than that? Katron Allen's a name I've been seeing get hyped up a little bit. I think is an interesting pick. God, I like Zachariah Branch. I'm pissed he just went because I was going to take him. I like Malik Washington here. I don't mind Stowers, but I have Gesicki. I have Goddard. I like Gesicki. I'm going to take Malik Washington. What if he leads the Dolphins at the wide receiver position in targets, receptions, snaps played? I think he's a value pick. I don't know. Not a lot of people are like excited about him. So maybe there's just too much competition going around. Maybe they're going to like try out too many different things. Maybe they sign a veteran. I'm a little confused why there's not more hype on Malik Washington. So I need to kind of think about that further. He seems like a free pick here. Could be the number 1 or even number 2 wide receiver for Miami. So that's worth something, I think. It's not worth 0. Like he's definitely live to be on the field and playing. So, all right, this is where it gets tricky because some of the late tight ends I like are gone. Maybe I should have taken Gesicki there, given that Dulcich was already gone. I'm looking at Stowers, but I've got... It doesn't really work. I went Troy Franklin. Just take another shot at a wide receiver that could help out this team. He was earning like 4.5 receptions per game last season. Gets more competition from Waddle. I understand that. But he has that connection with Bo Nix. They played in college. They've been playing in the NFL. I think Franklin's got enough. And maybe they're there for a spike or two. But he was earning some targets last season. Is like he wasn't a 0 either. So I just couldn't do it. The tight ends look so bad. I really would have liked to get someone like Dulcich or Gesicki. So maybe what I should have done is I should have taken Gesicki here. But at the same time, I'm cool with going 2 tight ends. I ended up going 3 QBs, which I didn't expect. You know what I should have done? I could have taken Michael Mayer here with my last pick. I totally overlooked that one. Michael Mayer would have been an okay pick. Just to get one more tight end. But hey, what do we need 3 tight ends for? Just go with 2. Barner's good. Goddard's good. They're the starters. You could argue that Stowers might be taking over some of Goddard's work. We'll see. Goddard was pretty savage last season. I really like Zachariah Branch. He's one of my favorite late rookie picks. So I would have liked to have taken him if I could have gotten him. That's how it goes. Insidious Kid, loving Goddard this year. No AJ Brown, of course, and hopefully a better offense. I don't know why he's going so slow, going so low. I would agree. The Sean Mannion offense is going to be a new offense, new scheme, could be good. I think they're going to lean into what Hurts is good at and try to play into his strengths. And that seems like Dallas Goedert being the number 2 target in this offense. Of course, Lemon is there, but AJ Brown's gone. So, like, the net on that movement, I think, is in favor of Dallas Goedert for more targets, more receptions, more target share. What do you think? Yo, what's up, Frog Clone? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here. Goat. No, you. Chris B. CB. NY Jets fan. Got to diversify your positional allocations. Stockpile high upside wide receivers in the double-digit rounds. That's smart. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't know if I tried to. I think I would have gotten more upside with a guy like Zachariah Branch, with being a rookie, and that he could really end up being the number 2 receiver for Atlanta. Adonai Mitchell's interesting. Jeremy Bernard's fun. Trey Harris is fun. I went with guys, Washington and Franklin are going to be third-year guys. Maybe it's a third-year breakout that I'm looking for, right? Because with Washington, he's been in Miami for 2 years. Maybe he gets a third-year breakout. Maybe he's the third-year receiver that no one's talking about. Same thing for Franklin, though, except he kind of had a really nice season last year. Over 100 targets, 65 receptions, 700-plus yards, 6 touchdowns. So he was getting it done. But with Waddle there now, how does he fit? Does Courtland Sutton go downhill quickly? I don't think so. He was kind of a nice target earner as well. But I will say, towards the end of the year last year, to the end of the season, Troy Franklin was right there. 4.4 and 4.5 receptions per game for those two. So Troy Franklin was right there with them. He could. I don't think he overtakes him. Maybe he could. Maybe he could. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, could the Broncos deal Courtland Sutton and get rid of him? No one's talking about that. There's a lot of things that happen in the season that we don't necessarily expect or see coming. So I'm investing in these year 3 wide receivers that I think can show a little bit of something. Had some good games, can earn targets, maybe have a role in their offenses. At least Denver's a good offense. Miami, just more of an opportunity. Boom. But that's the first draft, Best Ball Mania. We're hopping right back into another one. I already snuck into it, so you savages couldn't get in here. Try to take on my EV. Because I want to flow. We're going deep with the strategy tonight. I'm giving away all of the good plus EV in the notes that I'm sharing. So I don't want you guys sniping me on every pick. So I stuck in here again. We got Stu Gotts in the 6. Love it. I recognize a few of these names, like Gustafsson in the 5. I'm in the 9 spot again. Didn't I just draft out of the 9 spot? Yeah, that's where I just drafted. Hell yeah, we'll do it again. Run it back. We'll see if we get different this time. The shovel pass to Goddard is pretty sick. Yeah, I like that too. High-end wide receiver 1 ceiling. Don't you think Justin Jefferson presents a massive draft discount compared to early round receivers like Chase and Puka? I think it's possible. I was kind of laying out a case earlier where I think in that tier, and I'm drafting there again from the 9 spot. In that tier, I like Amon-Ra. I think he has the highest floor, best offense, and a great ceiling. He's very consistent. I think he's the only wide receiver in the league with 90-plus receptions over the last 5 years. I think that's the stat. With Justin Jefferson, Kevin O'Connell, we have some faith. New quarterback, of course. Kyler. Is Kyler still good? Yes, we think so. Is he still going to get it done with his passing? He's only been attempting 33 pass attempts per game. He hasn't averaged over, I think it's 250 passing yards since 2021 in a season. So there's some things there. Justin Jefferson goes. I'm going to have the choice between CMC and Amon-Ra. So I'll take whatever's available. Cook goes. Fuck, I guess I just take McCaffrey. I'm not going to full fade McCaffrey. This is where I take him. I mean, McCaffrey at the 9 spot, sign me up. I do take Jonathan Taylor at the 5 ahead of McCaffrey and ahead of JSN a lot of the time, if I'm going to be honest. But I'll take McCaffrey at the 9. So this time it's totally different. We're probably going to start running back. Unless I pull up AJ Brown to 16. A little bit egregious, but could be fun. Could be nice. And then aim for Drake May around pick 64. Would be a way to play it. There's crazier things. I don't know. I feel like that's not the smartest thing because you typically could take McCaffrey over here at pick 7. And then you still could get AJ Brown a little bit later at pick. So you could take McCaffrey at like 6 or 7. You could get AJ Brown at 19 or 18. And you could still get Drake May at pick 67, 66. So it's not that different. I don't know that I want to pull him up just to get different. Achan's there. I'll go Achan again. I'll take McCaffrey with Achan. That could be just the pairing you need. 2 explosive, dominant running backs. Yo, what's up, Blizzy Blaine? How we doing, brother? Good to see ya. Blizzy, what are you sweating right now for the Memorial? I saw you put out that video premiering for the, like, getting into the Memorial, but I'm curious. I want to know, like, your takes this week. Who you riding on? For my one and dones, I think I picked Xander. I used Scotty Scheffler in one of my one and done leagues where I'm like so far behind and I hadn't used him yet. And I realized that 85% of the field has already used Scotty Scheffler. So I did use Scotty this week, Xander. And then the third guy that I used, it was someone else who was up there. I'd have to look, man. Why can't I think about it? I forget who it was, but someone near the top of the Sims projections for like the win, for like the odds to win. I was talking a little bit earlier tonight about my scrambles. I've got 1 scramble in first, 1 in second, and then 1 that's not going to make it. The 1 in second, we'll see. Probably not a good chance, though. So hopefully getting 1 scramble through to the finals. And then I've got 1 big scramble that's in first place and is just killing it. It's got JJ Spawn and it's got Ryan Gerard, who are co-leaders today. And no one else in my pod has JJ Spawn or Ryan Gerard. And I think what I saw is like only like 10 or so teams in the entire 120 that's left, or 125 people that are left in the big scramble in the semifinals. Like 10 of them have JJ Spawn. So he's like one of the super low owned pieces, which I'm pretty excited about. Yo, Kriyoth, how we doing, brother? How do you approach smoothing bad exposures? I was taking Bucky a decent amount pre-draft. Would you continue to click falling in the 5th, or avoid end up having a big stance? Doesn't have to be Bucky. I honestly, I don't worry too much about exposures. I think it's fun to think about your exposures in terms of like, oh, what am I missing out on? Do I want to be fading that guy? Why do I have 2%? Why do I have 2% of a certain pick or a first round pick? Do I want to be out on this guy? Like, why do I have maybe 3% Javonte? I feel like I actually just want to be at the field with Javonte. So I feel like it's a way to regulate your how you're doing. But also, every single draft is an individual, like, standalone draft that isn't dependent on anything you've done before or will do in the future. They all stand alone. They're individual events. It's like the coin flip. If you flip a coin, it's heads or tails. It doesn't impact the future, coin flip. So I would just say, if you're feeling like taking some Bucky and you're getting him now in the 5th round and you liked him before, that to me, I'd be kind of interested to okay, so Achan, McCaffrey, week 17 they get the Eagles, week 17 against the Bills. I just like T. Higgins. For what he can do any given Sunday. I would say just take Bucky. You don't want to be like catching the falling knife. I don't think Bucky's bad. I think Bucky's good. He's in a good offense, good offensive line, capable team, capable of scoring touchdowns. Hey, shout out to my Longhorns, the Women's College World Series champs, back-to-back national champs in softball. My Longhorns, hook 'em, baby. Shout out to the women. They took down the Red Raiders. Yeah, Raider power. Get out of here. Back-to-back years facing the Raiders in the finals. dominating 2-0 both times. Never stood a chance. Javante's there. I kind of did talk about getting more Javante. I like Garrett Wilson a bunch too. I think Garrett Wilson's a sneaky good pick. Big target earner. Have we seen the ceiling on Garrett Wilson? No way. This guy is good. Let's get him healthy. Get him a good quarterback. Maybe Geno Smith is as good as it gets. So I'm going to take Garrett Wilson there. I'm not afraid to get some Garrett Wilson bags, even though I'm not like crazy about the Jets. Week 17, the Jets also are going to get, that's right, Minnesota. That's okay. Yo, what's up, Putt Daddy? How we doing, brother? How we doing? Do you have any sweats? Putt Daddy, do you have any sweats for the Memorial this week? I am heavily sweating JJ Spawn and Ryan Gerard. I need those guys to continue to crush it, and I'll be really happy. Forgot about Memorial. Was watching Women's US Open at Riviera today. Yeah, didn't I see something about like was it Michelle Wee? Was she in the lead? No. Why did her name pop up? I was like, there's no way she's in the lead. She's in the tournament. She's pretty much in last. Interesting. I don't know why her name came to my mind. Was it good? I haven't seen any highlights yet. I need to catch up on Memorial highlights and the women's as well. And they're playing at Riviera. It's a sick golf course. Blizzy says he used Xander in his main one and done. Fits outrights. Oh, damn. And Nick Taylor was my low-owned DFS target at 6,800. That's sick. Yeah, Nick Taylor's doing good. He's tied for second right now. I think he's 4 under. Nice. Yes, I know, bro. I got to get this big scramble through. It's the most excited I've been about advancing to the finals of a tournament in a long time. It's a 25-person final. There's only 125 people left in the semis, so it's a 1-in-5 advance. And I'm crushing it right now with my lineup, with my team. So if my guys make the cuts, if I can hold out my lead in the first, I like a 1 in 25 chance at 40K. Second place is like, I think 25K or 20K. And even, I think, I have to pull it up, but I think like 15th place is still like $2,000. Dead last out of 25 is $500, which for a $50 entry, pretty good. But the chance at the 40K is monumental. Needless to say. And the odds of winning out of a 1 in 25 is so much better, of course, than like the scramble, which I think is scramble's out of 261 or like 263, I think, somewhere in there. Swift is available. Bucky's available. I might be able to get one of them. These guys both probably take running backs. I know Samson's going to go Swift here. And then Tubby Tuba is going to go Bucky. So what I'll do here, I could do Lamar. I could do Price again. I'll do Tootin this time. If Bucky goes, I'll do Tootin this time. Bucky doesn't go. He takes Carnell Tate. I'm going to take Bucky. And then I'm going to take either Lamar or Joe Burrow at pick 64. And for some reason, if they're both gone, I could do Tootin or Jadarian Price. Or I could do Brian Thomas. Jordan Tyson, Brian Thomas, both good picks. I like Marvin Harrison. I was noticing on DraftKings that Parker Washington goes ahead of Brian Thomas. But on Underdog, Brian Thomas goes ahead. So I wonder if we see a flippening there on Underdog in like the next week or two. I feel like DraftKings might be a little bit ahead on that one. Okay, Lamar goes. Drake May goes pick 61 to a drafter who just pulled up Drake London into the 12 spot. What is this, 2025? Yeah, Caleb Lamar, Drake May go. I'm tempted just to go Burrow here. I've got the Higgins stack, and it's like... It's expensive, but I want to do it. I want to do it. It's really expensive. The opportunity cost is huge. I could have taken Jadarian Price. I could have taken Bashal Tootin, Jordan Tyson, or Brian Thomas, or Marvin Harrison Jr. I'll just go Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow and T. Higgins are guys you need, and they can completely smash, break the slate. I get them with McCaffrey and Achane. I feel good. So that's my core four right there. McCaffrey, Achane, T. Higgins, stacked with Joe Burrow. That's what you need to win in Best Ball Mania 7. And then for good measure, I get Garrett Wilson hitting the lineup, Bucky Irving, maybe he's there. We'll figure it out from here, but that's the core, so I got to build off that. I don't have a lot of Jaden Daniels yet. I need to get more Jaden Daniels. I need to be drafting more Terry McLaurin so I can force myself into some Jaden Daniels stacks, because I feel like that's where I'm behind on some of my stacks, particular like stacks that I want to aim for. Man, and I really don't like pick 81 and 88 when it comes back around for like the skill position guys. I'd rather be spinning at quarterback there. So kind of sucks. Taking Burrow is so expensive. It's tough. Throw the shades on. Yeah, what's up, Jeff T? How we doing, brother? Perfect timing. Oh, shit. I forgot to tell everyone I'm live on Twitter, but they'll see it. Let me retweet it. Live now, drafting BBM 7. Follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. Subscribe to my new podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Links in the description. At least they should be. I'm pretty sure I did update that subscription. And then make sure you vote in the poll that's in the chat. And let me know who's your favorite, like, round one wide receiver value. Let's go. Since we've started live tonight, we've added one new subscriber. We can do better than that. Come on. If you're watching this, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash the sub button. I go live 3-4 nights a week. Best ball content, fantasy content. Come get in the chat, say what up, come draft with me. I'm ripping Best Ball Manias tonight, so I'm being a little bit more guarded about letting the chat get in these drafts. But typically on pretty much any other contest, I'll let you catch the smoke. I'll let you get in these drafts with me. All right, through the first 6 rounds, 1-3-2 build. There's a few running backs that I still like that are available. Ramondre still on the board. He's definitely going to go. So this drafter is going to take Ramondre. Sampson gets a nice little Ramondre fall here. I bet he takes him because he needs an RB2. Pollard's still available. I did take Pollard last draft. He actually goes Pollard over Stevenson. That's crazy. Okay, there's no way Tubby Tuba passes on Ramondre, right? No way he passes on him. So what I'll do is I could take Tucker Kraft. Wow, he passes on Ramondre. I think I got to do that because I don't like any of these receivers particularly, and I was about to go tight end. So let's see if there's... And then Tucker Kraft, I don't think he comes back around, but both the drafter in the 10 spot and the drafter in the 11 spot have tight ends. The guy in the turn might take him. Ramondre 81 is pretty fun. Nice little fall there. Scoop up the value. Get 4 running backs, and honestly, with no bye week overlap, I could go hyper fragile and be done at running back. I think I will. So knowing that, I need to still fill out my wide receiver 3 spot, and that's my priority for pick 88. I think if Kraft is there, he's the only guy I would... Now, even then, I probably shouldn't take Kraft at 88. He's not really doubling down on any bet that I've made so far. It's kind of a brand new bet in somewhat expensive tight end. I feel like I need that wide receiver 3 more. Damn. Godwin, Michael Wilson, Jacoby Myers, Addison. Do I just go with Addison? I like Addison. I'll just take him there. I haven't been taking a lot of Addison this year. I'll just take him. I think it's fine. I can make a case for Addison. We know he's talented. We know he's good. It's a little expensive for him. We'll see. We'll see. Godwin was the other consideration. Michael Wilson, Jacoby Myers. I like taking Michael Wilson and Jacoby Myers more often. I think there's still a chance that Jacoby Myers comes back around to 105. So I passed on Tucker Kraft there to go with Addison. Hey, what's up, Hoohames? How we doing, brother? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great night. Hoohames was live earlier tonight. Make sure you subscribe to Hoohames channel. Hoohames. Link, I'm throwing it in the chat right now. Hoohames just had his marathon stream. He was celebrating hitting 500 subs, and he's already at 660, killing it, killing the game. Going live pretty much every weekday at 4 Central, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure you subscribe to Hoohames as well. What else we got? What else we got? We're coming back around. What's up, Jedi? How we doing? What's up, brother? Godwin, Wilson go, Pittman Jr. goes. I think Pittman Jr. is a good pick. I probably heads up. I kind of like Pittman Jr. over Addison, but I'm capitulating to ADP a little bit. I like Pitts. I like Laporta. I would take both of these guys with my next pick, but I feel like I'm in a tight spot to get some of these wide receivers that can actually earn targets before they dry up. And to me, Jacoby Myers is on that list. Pick 105, man. If I can get Laporta or Jacoby Myers, I'd be happy. Xavier Worthy doesn't fit on this team as well as he did the last one because I don't have Mahomes this time. And the guy in front of me has Mahomes, so maybe he just does it. Oh, man. Matthew Golden's the next available wide receiver, and I don't love that. It's okay. Laporta goes. Shit. Yeah, Wiseman once said tight ends don't matter. This is true. This is very true. Go subscribe to Hoohames channel if you haven't already. He puts out great best ball content practically every day. Wow, Jonathan Brooks gets pulled up, and we complete the Jacoby Myers push. I wanted to take him at 88. I thought there's a chance he'd come back at 105. Really helps this team out for me. Nice floor play there with some solid ceiling outcomes and a Liam Cohen offense, Trevor Lawrence. The cheaper of the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receivers, except for Travis Hunter, who's we all know he's a cornerback anyway, so he doesn't count. Matthew Stafford, Dobbins, and Kenneth Gainwell are the top picks. I don't think I take any of those guys. I don't have any way to stack Stafford, so I don't really want to lean that. Purdy's gone. Murray is gone. I could... I'm in a hard spot for my QB2 right now. I'm going to go Romeo Doubs here. Just take 3 wide receivers in a row that, honestly, their biggest upside is just having some big spike weeks. They probably have an okay floor, being like the second wide receiver on their team, maybe third for like Myers or Addison. It just kind of depends. But the way we're drafting Addison, we're assuming he's the second receiver, with Juwan Jennings going later. Jacoby Myers, we're drafting him like he's the third target among the receivers, but I kind of think he's the second, and honestly could lead the team in targets. Romeo Doubs. He might get cheaper, but he's pretty cheap. He's still the wide receiver 2 on the Patriots. It's a good team. If we're... I think I'm okay with drafting Doubs in this range. It was between him and Golden. I didn't have any other Packers. Not really making a big Packers bet on this team. So getting a Patriot there seems fine. Although it doesn't give me any more stacking partners. I don't have a single... I have Geno late. Geno late could make some sense on this team, actually. But I've got Burrow, so I chose the Burrow path, and here we are. No tight end yet again. I'm doing the late tight end build. Second draft in a row. This is also true. It's highly correlated with the more time you're spending out on Sunday catching fish, you're not catching passes. It's just like we know with our good friend Cam Smith. If you got a fishing trip planned on Sunday, it's pretty hard to make the cut. You know, no one wants to work on the weekends. Definitely not Cam Smith. Although Cam Smith at the PGA, not bad. Baker goes. Baker would have been okay for me with the Bucky stack. Malik Willis would have been fun again. Damn, I can't get Malik Willis to fall to pick 130 anymore. He's going to be rising up. I think Malik Willis could be a pick that's going near Kyler Murray at least. So the rushing upside, I mean, I get a slight fall on Kittle here, and I need tight end. So I'm either taking Kittle or Mark Andrews. I could do Jordan Mason. I really don't need a fifth running back. If anything, I need a tight end and another quarterback. So the quarterback options here, and Mason goes anyways. I'm going to go Kittle because I have the team stack with McCaffrey. So making a bet on the Niners here. Andrews would have been honestly also good because the Week 17 bring back against my Joe Burrow and my T. Higgins. So I didn't really think that one through all the way. Maybe I could have pivoted to Mark Andrews there. He's at least healthy. Maybe he comes back around. I would double tap there. Diggs is available. I like Diggs. Goddard could be a play. I don't know what I can do at QB at 136. It's Cam Ward or Sam Darnold or Stroud or Daniel Jones. I can't really connect to any of those guys with what I've built so far. It would have to be backstacking. I don't love it. There's not a whole lot of rushing upside for those guys. Daniel Jones, you could argue, but he's coming off that Achilles injury, so I expect less from him. There's a good chance I get Mark Andrews at 136. I didn't think it would happen. It happened. So things are kind of falling to me in this one, but I'm getting really lucky because I like Mark Andrews. He's a good tight end, good team, good offense, bounce back candidate. Not that because Lamar Jackson missing time was really the part that hurt Mark Andrews' upside the most, that whole offense, right? The touchdowns went from 11 in 2024 to 5 in 2026. 6 if you count his rushing touchdown he had. So 6 total touchdowns. Still respectable. The yardage fell off a little bit. The receptions fell off a tad. But without Lamar Jackson, what do you expect? Maybe Diggs is the right pick there because of the upside he could bring to my wide receiver room. I feel like triple tapping the receivers gives me a little bit of breathing room, and I was kind of hoping to get QB at some point here. I have no idea what I'm going to do for my QB2. Geno Smith, I might have to grab him. I might have to even... We'll see. If someone falls before then, maybe I can make something happen. I would hate to be relying on Geno Smith as my QB2 and he gets snatched up, and then there's really no options after him. Then you're like building something with Tua or Deshaun, which I think is possible, but I don't really have any Browns or Falcons on this team, so it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But they could be playing games, starting games, and maybe that's the way to go. Yo, what's up, Angry Dragon? How we doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're having a good, what is it, Thursday? Good Thursday night. Who took Willis? Yeah, what's up, Barry? Barry in here, 69. What's up, brother? Thanks for subscribing to the channel, guys. Appreciate y'all. I've got a goal to hit 2,000 subs now. We're on our way. Who took Malik Willis? He went at pick 126. Yo, what's up, Chosen? How we doing, brother? What do you guys got going on this weekend? Any big plans? I'll be watching a little bit of golf, packing up my house. I'm moving next week. I'm moving from the Houston area to the Austin area. So I got a lot of stuff going on, but I'm taking off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'm moving on Thursday. So I'm going live with Adam on his channel, Nice and Blunt, Monday evening. We're going to draft some teams together, have some fun. And then I'm going live Wednesday with the Fanspeak Network for Best Ball Jeopardy Season 2. I'm the reigning, defending Best Ball Jeopardy champion. This guy right here. Sadiq. Bryce Young. Bryce Young could be something to backstack. Naylor. I went Naylor. Naylor's kind of interesting. Gives me an out with Mendoza again. I think Naylor's at least interesting. This could be kind of a fun spot to go with like Sadiq or Brenton Strange or Juwan Johnson or even TJ Hawkinson. I like all of these options here. I have a 1-4-6-2 build. I'm going to go Brenton Strange. I think is what I want. Yeah. Jacksonville. Feels strong. Feels good. Brenton Strange, my tight end 3. And I've got 2 pass catchers on the Jags. I thought about taking Hawkinson there, but I usually take Strange over Hawkinson almost every time. And I also have Addison. So, I mean, the team correlation element is there. I wonder if I'm going to go true hyper fragile and stop with 4 running backs. I could. It depends what I do at QB. I'm done at tight end most likely. I don't think I'll go 4 tight ends. I've already got 6 receivers. Does an 8th receiver help this team that much more? To be determined. We'll kind of see what's there. I might go the 4th tight end. Maybe I take Gesicki with my last pick. Vape says stop at 4 running backs. Vape says don't be a coward. Draft hyper fragile. Do it. It's Best Ball Mania 7. You know, I'm not trying to win first in a 12-man league. I'm trying to win first in a 676,000 person league. But really, you don't have to beat that many people. You have to beat 10 teams in your first pod. Then you have to beat what's our advanced structure again? I've already forgot it. You beat 10 teams, then you beat 13, then you beat 11, and then you have to beat 666 teams. So really, you just have to beat 666 teams is the hard part. The rest is easy. Can't be that hard. So I'm building for week 17. 177. Bryce Young's there. Mendoza's there. Geno Smith is there. I kind of want to take Trey Harris. I'm going to go Trey Harris. He could be a year 2 stud breakout receiver. Could be fun. I'm pushing QB. Let's get dangerous. There's 3 QBs I like. I don't even like Bryce Young. Let's let someone else get the value on him. I want Mendoza to go with my nailer, and I don't even want him that bad. He goes to the team in the 12 spot. I kind of want to go Geno Smith here. I hope Geno Smith comes back around. I think I just take Geno Smith with Garrett Wilson straight up over like unstacked Bryce Young. I think that's where I'm at. Branch goes again. I'm never going to get Zachariah Branch. He goes in round 16 this time. I want Zachariah Branch on more teams. Yeah, I'm going Geno Smith with my Garrett Wilson. And I've got the bringbacks with Jordan Addison, Minnesota week 17. So that's where I'm going there. The Garrett Wilson stack means more to me than getting unstacked, naked Bryce Young and hoping to backstack him with something. Rookie Chris Brazil. I'm not going to try to push Geno past ADP. I mean, I already got him past ADP as it is. This is a perfect spot. This might just be a 2 QB build. It might be Joe Burrow and Geno Smith. I've got Christian McCaffrey, Devon Achane, Bucky Irving, Ramondre Stevenson, hyper fragile build. No overlapping bye weeks at QB or running back. Wide receiver, I have T. Higgins stacked up. Garrett Wilson stacked up. You love to see it. I got Jordan Addison, the week 17 bring back for my Minnesota Vikings. What are they at? The New York Jets is the only drawback on that one. Yeah, it's in New York. It's fine. Got Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen Naylor, Trey Harris. I got Kittle, Mark Andrews, and Brenton Strange. I like this team. And then Mark Andrews is my bring back for my Joe Burrow, T. Higgins stacks. This team is, I think we're working with something here. How do we land it? What do we need? I could take a 4th tight end. It'd be like Gesicki. I could take Njoku. No. I could do Gesicki. Bryce Young is still there. Okay, if Bryce Young comes back around, I will take Bryce Young 50 picks past ADP just to tack on the 3rd QB. I've got a luxury pick. My team's done. My team is literally done. It's only round. I'm only through the first 16 picks. I've got 2 picks left. I have a 2-4-7-3. I'm done. I don't need anything. I don't need any running backs. I'm good enough at wide receiver. I'm definitely done at tight end unless I throw in a 4th. So if Bryce Young, for whatever reason, and I don't think he comes back around because one of these teams has T-Mac. Where's the T-Mac team? The T-Mac team's in the corner, and he passed up. He already had 3 QBs, so he passed up on Bryce Young. No one else wants to draft Bryce Young if they don't have T-Mac. So what we're seeing here is there's about, I would say, a 50-50 chance I get Bryce Young at pick 201. I swear, though, one of these drafters, they've got 3, 2, and 2 quarterbacks. So Samson or Tubby Tuba, who are right next to me, they're going to take Bryce Young. Aren't they? Oh, Mitchell. Mitchell would have been a sick pick for me to go with Adonai Mitchell with Geno Smith. I think would be actually pretty nice late like this. Damn. Is this for real? Getting Bryce Young about 50 picks past ADP. I'm not going to complain. I don't even need him stacked or anything. I'm not going to look for Panthers in the last round. I think I just take him and be done. Legette's there. Brazil. I don't think I want them, though. Ooh, what do I want here? My last pick. 3-4-7-3 build. Gesicki's still there. Do I do I might just take Gesicki. Do I take Gesicki? Do I go Yoshivas? What do you guys think? Yoshivas for the 8th wide receiver. Gesicki for the 4th tight end. Dontavian Wicks is there. What do you guys think? Damn, I don't know. No one talked me out of it. I went 4 tight ends. I went with the 4th tight end. I went with Gesicki. Running back, I almost thought about taking Braylon Allen, but he got picked before my pick. So I'm not taking Marshawn Lloyd. I think I made the right pick. It's a pass catcher from Joe Burrow. Could be something. Let me catch up with y'all. Vape said stop at four running backs, so I did. I listened. I took 4 running backs through the first 7 rounds. I got a good value on Bucky. I got a good value on Ramondre. And I stopped right there. I listened. 11 spot, got that 2025 Raven stack with Lamar, Likely, Mitchell. Nice. Yeah, let's see how it works out for him. He was doing some kind of weird things the whole draft. He's the reason I got Bryce Young at pick 205. Yeah, next draft. Let's see what's in the lobby. Let's see what we can get into. How do I subscribe? You can subscribe here at the Fantasy Football Garage. Go down there, smash that subscribe button, turn on the bell so you know when I'm going live. Tap that bell, some people would say. Follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. Follow my new podcast, Edge Detection, on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Links in the description below here. Go subscribe. I've got 3 episodes out. I come out with a new episode every Sunday. My episode I was going to put out, episode 4 this last Sunday. I'm still working on the script. I didn't like how it ended. I didn't like how it felt. And then I had a lot of real life stuff going on. I had a going away party Saturday for me because I'm moving next week. Moving cities, moving houses. And so I ended up getting busy and other stuff came up. But I did have a pretty fun stream last Saturday after my going away party where I was like, I don't know how many margaritas deep I was, but more than none. And it was lit. And we added like 25 subs in one night. We broke 1,000 subs. So to celebrate, I posted it in the channel here. You can go check out my post. But I'm throwing a party for the subs. We're going to have a giveaway. I'm going to give away a Best Ball Mania team to the subs. I'm going to give away something even better to the members. Become a member of the channel today. Fantasy Football Garage, premium YouTube subscription. Get access to the dank emojis, the Lamborghinis, all the good stuff. I also will share my Google Sheets with you. Got some fun stuff cooked up. It's only getting better. If you've been here before, you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But I gotta update my big board data model for BBM. I just haven't done that yet. The lift is going to take me about a few hours, but I need to find the time. It's going to be after the move, so after next week. And yeah, all that good stuff. So podcast coming out maybe tomorrow. We'll see. And I'm definitely going to do another one Sunday unless I just get carried away with the move stuff. That could also happen. But I'm having fun with it, so check it out. Go follow. Give it a listen. Short, 5-minute episodes. And my first 3 episodes, I debated and I kind of gave the high and low cases projections for Bijan versus Gibbs. I did Puka versus Chase versus JSN. And then I did JT versus CMC. The one that's coming out is Amon-Ra versus CeeDee Lamb versus Justin Jefferson. I'm just working on the ending. The ending I'm still working on. I'm editing. I took McCaffrey here at pick 9. Someone pulled up Cook. Amon-Ra falls to 10. That's a nice pick there. I like this team. I think this is one of my favorite Best Ball Manias I've done so far this year. 3, 4, 7, 4. Get on Jeopardy. Jeopardy's fun. It's a good time. I'm going up against Justin Herzig on Wednesday, so I need to be at the top of my game. So I got to be out here drafting with y'all, going live, tracking the ADPs, all the good stuff. Jeff, if that's the stack I need, I will not be winning. But you're probably right. It probably could be the stack you need. I mean, they pay Josh Oliver like $20 million. And JJ McCarthy was a first-round pick. What else do you need to know? Yeah, Jalapeno says, I have a game-breaking strategy. Draft good players. Ever heard of them? Vape likes it. It's Vape approved. I like that. Vape, I don't know if I've seen your username on these streets. Maybe I think I actually saw you earlier this week, but what color badge are you, Vape? You've got to be one that, right? You're up there, right? I'm only bronze, working towards silver. No shame. But Vape, you got to be like gold or at least, right? I would think you are. Sanders, tight end, Carolina. Yeah, I could have done that too. I ended up going Gesicki. I think this was the stronger move. Gesicki over Yosh for sure. Guys, you guys are so far behind in the stream. You guys are watching like 10 seconds in the future. Hit the live button. Come get into the actual chat. Help me out with these picks. Darnell Washington went ahead of Gesicki. I didn't even notice that until the last second. Randall Surratt went. Braylon Allen was the guy I had queued up. I was considering taking Braylon Allen, but I didn't want Vaporware to hate me, so I stuck with the 4 running backs. Yeah, not a bad team. I kind of like it. I think it's fun. I'm bronze, don't do daily. Okay. So you're with me. I don't do a whole lot of dailies either. I don't do a whole lot of dailies, so I'm in the same boat. I do some dailies for golf. I do some primetime Palooza stuff. And whoops. Just exit out of my draft. Yeah, I definitely don't do a lot of dailies, so I'm not like hammering a ton of volume. Okay, let's review this team. Joe Burrow, Geno Smith, Bryce Young. But the thing you should notice here, I got Burrow at ADP, Geno Smith at ADP, and they're both stacked with my top 2 pass catching options, who I got T. Higgins and Garrett Wilson in the 3rd and 4th round. That already feels great. I like that. Bryce Young, 50 picks past ADP. I am going to go out on a limb and say, in all of the best ball manias drafted so far, I have the best value on Bryce Young. If you've got screenshot equity, prove it. Tag me on Twitter at FFB Garage. I don't know if this is a good thing to brag about, but I think it's just a fact. I think I've got the best ADP fall on Bryce Young that anyone's been able to get. The room just went wild. So that's just a value pick. It was a luxury pick, really. 17th round, Bryce Young. I get McCaffrey, nice. H.N., sick. Bucky, he continues to fall. How far does he fall? I don't know, but I like Bucky. I think he's still good. And then Ramondre got a nice little fall there. Hyper fragile, 4 running backs, studs. Yeah, 201 on Bryce Young. 201. I think that's got to be pretty close to the best value on Bryce Young we've seen in Best Ball Mania. It's got to be pretty close, if not the best. T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson. So nice little start there, but then I really pushed wide receiver 3. I get Addison, who's a natural bring back in week 17 for my Garrett Wilson. So I'm going to look at my stacks. Cincy plays Carolina in week 15. That's kind of funny. So at least I have the Cincy bringbacks against Bryce Young, whatever that's worth. Maybe he has some rushing touchdowns. Indy, I didn't have any Indy pieces. Baltimore, I have my Mark Andrews is my bringback there on my versus my T. Higgins and my Gesicki, my Joe Burrow. For the Jets, Arizona Cardinals, I don't have any Cardinals. I did have Dobbs on the Patriots, and then I had Addison on the Vikings for my week 17, so that's kind of cool. And then my other big investments in draft capital, like on my top picks, I had CMC, I had H.N. CMC's matchups a little bit tough, but maybe they're both high-scoring, good teams trying to get a good seed for the playoffs. So Miami versus Buffalo, I like that. Buffalo was getting run on a lot last season, so I like that for HN. They were a run funnel defense. They were good at stopping the pass. Buffalo was. They're not very good at stopping the run. These are Mike Clay's rankings of the defenses. So I'm ranking Buffalo. Mike Clay saying Buffalo's defense to him ranks 29 out of 32 for next season. And I updated Mike Clay's rankings when the schedule dropped. So it's a little old. I don't know if he's tweaked anything since. He might, but that's what I'm showing here. Red is bad. White is good. So getting the matchup against Buffalo in week 17, that's good. The average of the defenses Miami plays in the fantasy playoffs, Green Bay, 15, middle of the pack. Chargers, 20, back half. Buffalo, 29, one of the worst defenses. So that's kind of a nice schedule for HN that no one's really talking about. And so I'm definitely back in on Achane. Jacoby Myers, just a good offense. Romeo Dobbs, Naylor, it's fine. Trey Harris, some year 2 breakout upside. I have 2 pass catchers with week 6, 2 pass catchers with week 13, and 2 with week 7 out of my 7 receivers. So any given week, I'm going to have at least 5 receivers active. That seems good. Seems like plenty. And I have no bye overlap between my running backs, which is kind of nice. Oh, I have Dobbs and I have Ramondre. Totally forgot about Ramondre. So there's another Patriots team stack. It's fun. Kittle, Mark Andrews, Brenton Strange, Mike Gesicki. I don't draft a lot of 4 tight end, but when I do, it looks damn good. This team fucks, guys. This team is really good. You got to watch out for this one in Best Ball Mania. I'm going to name this team. I'm going to name this team. I'm going to name this team, What If Bryce Young at pick 201 is what you need. I don't know if it'll fit in character-wise, but I'll abbreviate. All right, I did 2 BBMs. I think that's good for today. Let's get into something different. I don't know if I'm going to do any super flex, field general, or Frenchie. I can't believe the Frenchie still exists. Oh, we can do a puppy. I've got a pit bull left. I'm going to kind of save it. I've only got 1 left, and those take forever to fill. Let's get into a puppy. I'll count it down for y'all. I'm going to go retweet that I'm live right now. And if you're seeing this, I'm about to count down from like 10 to get into this puppy. So if you see it in the chat, join now. I'll put it in the chat. If you see it then, jump in. I'm going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a puppy. Auto-filled. I hope you jumped in when I said join now in the chat, because I was trying to time it. Yeah, we got Vape in the 3 spot. Vape in the 3 spot. Who else we got? That's it. Oh, Blizzy. Blizzy in the 12. What up? Hell yeah. If you're in here, let me know what spot you're in. It's a puppy. We're trying to win out of practically 250,000 people. You got to beat 10 people. You got to beat 9 people. You got to beat 4 people, which is not bad. But then, God, why did they do it to us? I hate this final. Beating 749 people in the final to win $100,000. Terrible. Terrible. I guess it could turn $500 into, or $5 into $400. And I'm definitely not maxing the puppy. I don't like the final size this big. I want the final size to be as small as possible. I think they could have doubled. What they could have done is week 16, make it 1 out of 10. And the final would be, you know, 375, I guess. I'd prefer that. Here we go. Why is my window frozen? I don't know. It's good enough. Oh, maybe I need to zoom one more time. That's what it was. Oh my God, I'm so far behind all of a sudden. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you smash the like button on your way in. Make sure you're subscribed. Come get in the chat. Say what up. Big stream coming up soon. Big 1,000 sub celebration stream coming up soon. I got Justin Jefferson there over CeeDee Lamb. Spoiler alert. Best I've seen is 180s for Bryce Young. So in the last draft I did was a Best Ball Mania. This is a puppy. I got Bryce Young in the 17th round, pick 205 or 201, but absurd. It was crazy. Big fall. I've been limit auto Geno Smith around 18 twice this week on stream. Oh, you got limited and you drafted Geno. I see. Hey, appreciate you, Fantasy Dog. This is true. Well, yeah, I think it goes both ways, but I think, yeah, they got run on a bunch. Yeah, Chris, I would agree here. You gotta balance the ADP value and the stacking. I try not to force the stacking, but I do. The goal is to stack, but the goal is actually to draft good players and win. And stacking can help accomplish that goal. So I guess the goal isn't to just stack, directly. I'll go Justin Jefferson and Chase Brown. I'm almost wondering if I should pull up AJ Brown because I don't have any AJ Brown tonight. But I go Justin Jefferson, Chase Brown. I'm drafting a lot of Bengals tonight, that's for sure. Jedi says this weekend he's getting drunk AF. Nice. Any big plans with that? You going out to the pool, to the lake, to the bar? What's the plan? I've got a few plans. I'm packing up. I'm going to the zoo Saturday morning. That'll be nice. We'll see. I'm probably going to be pretty preoccupied with moving chores and things, organizing, selling old furniture. I'm giving my brother my dining room table set, which is kind of a nice thing to do, but I'm going to, I guess, get a new one at the new house and one that matches better with the new house. I probably would not have. I would have just kept my dining room table set. It's really nice, but I guess I've had it for long enough. I've had it for like 7 years. Time to get a new one, I guess. According to wifey. So my brother needs one, so he's getting mine, and I'm gonna get a new one, which I'm sure will be expensive. But when you get a new house, new furniture, you get comes over time. You just kind of acquire new furniture that fits the room better. So maybe it's for the best. Also, it's going to save a bunch of room in the moving truck, not having the dining room set. It's like literally one of my biggest pieces of furniture. So maybe it's good. Okay, Olave could be here. If Olave's here, smash. Zay Flowers is kind of an interesting pull up to go with Chase Brown. I'm not going to force it, though. I do want Olave here. And then T. Higgins, but then, the T. Higgins, Chase Brown. Wait, this is my third draft in the 9 spot tonight. So the first draft on Best Ball Mania, I took Amon-Ra St. Brown at pick number 9. And then last draft, I had Christian McCaffrey. Was it pick 9 or pick 10? I think it was pick 9. Now I'm drafting out at pick 9 again, and I get Jefferson. So at least it's different picks every time. But what are the odds? This is also True Vape. Yo, what's up? Hulk Smash Potatoes. Hey, brother. How we doing? Fantasy Dog didn't make it. I'm sorry, man. But if you're in the overflow, if you're still drafting, I always think it's fun to draft along with some of my favorite best ball streamers and bros and friends in the community. And I don't necessarily want to be in the room every time. So sometimes I just wait until they fill it. And then I join the next minute. And then I like listen to their takes in each round because then it preps me for my next pick. And I kind of think like, I wonder what they're thinking with this next pick. And then I get to see, and then I get to make my pick. It's kind of fun. I'm very tempted to go Garrett Wilson here. I think he's a great pick and he's available. I just took Garrett Wilson, but I mean, Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, sign me up. Ohio State represent. And then, the Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson. This is a very strong, kind of an anchor RB start, potentially. I thought about going Josh Jacobs at pick 40. It can make a lot of sense. If he doesn't miss any time, if he's completely active and all good, I think Josh Jacobs is a great pick in the 4th round. Yo, what's up, Zero? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a great Thursday night. Getting ready for a nice weekend. Like the Jedi Loco. Maybe turning up a little bit. Cheers. Yeah, the new direction of the final sizes, I'm not about it. I don't want to just make the finals because it's easier to make the finals. I want it to be hard to make the finals. I want to be rewarded for making the finals with a smaller final size that's easier to potentially win the grand prize, because that's the goal. The goal is not to advance to the finals. The goal is to win the finals. I need to get more Montgomery. Montgomery is the player I have not been able to get in any of my drafts lately. I need more Montgomery. I think I'm projecting Montgomery from like conservatively about 17 touches per game to as much as like 20 touches per game on average. And that's pretty healthy. It's like, that's elite, top of the charts if he gets to 20. Maybe the Texans suck. Maybe their line sucks. So it's not the best situation, but opportunity could be huge. We saw, second half of the season, we saw Woody Marks getting like 17.4 touches per game. So if Woody Marks can get that, Montgomery can eat. Yeah, the final sizes are kind of Dude, Amon-Ra. I'm about to close the poll. We'll close the poll after this next 2 picks. You guys reminded me. Go vote in the poll. Come save it up in the chat. The poll is which wide receiver is good. Who's the best at price? Should I go Tootin here? I haven't been taking Tootin tonight. I already took Price earlier. Tootin at 57. I took Price in the first draft tonight. Let's go Tootin this time. I've been wanting to take Tootin. He has a great Week 17 matchup. Price might still be there. I would take Jadarian Price if he's available. I'd take Brian Thomas. I probably don't take Joe Burrow this time. I just took Joe Burrow. I'd probably wait. I could take Jaden Daniels. I've been waiting to take Jaden Daniels, but I bet you the drafter OG Solo Dolo, he should take Jaden Daniels pick 63, unless he goes Jadarian Price here because he needs a running back, which I wouldn't hate that pick for him either. So if he goes Daniels, which he does, I go Price. Are you guys seeing what I'm doing tonight? I've caught out like every meaningful pick in the first 6-7 rounds in every single draft tonight. I haven't been wrong a single time. This is what you guys follow for. This is why you're subscribed. I got the goods. All right. You don't have to trust every player take that I have. That's for me. That's for my bags. But I know what the fuck's going on in these drafts. We're out here. We're drafted in these streets. It's June 4th. We got the whole summer to go. And we're only going to get better. Drafting better teams every day. The last team I just drafted, that Best Ball Mania, beautiful. Beautiful team. Vape's not wrong. I'm going to be looking at that team in about an hour from now when the stream's done. Alone time with that team. I'm going to name it something nice. Put a little star icon next to it, and a little emoji. So then when I'm scrolling through my teams 3 months from now, I'm like, how come there's like a heart and a star and a trophy next to this team? And it says, be young 201. What does that even mean? I'm looking at the team. I'm like, oh God, this team, hell yeah, this team's awesome. It only takes one. Yeah, it's with the final sizes. I agree, Blizzy. It's easier to make the finals. It's harder to win. I don't love that. Only partaking for cheap content. The Twitter casuals at work. Yo, what's up, Adam? How we doing, brother? Good to see you. I was just telling the stream earlier in the other draft, Adam and I are going live Monday night on his channel, Nice and Blunt. Come check it out. We'll be posting about it. Zero says, oh, yeah. I don't know. The variance is what scares me. Because, like, a trash team, but it's the variance. The variance is going to be greater. I guess that can be somewhat good for not every team in the finals having to look a certain way. Like, not every team in Week 17 is going to be 40% Kyle Pitts. That's kind of good. So I've made up ground at running back with Tootin and Price. But I am reliant on these top wideouts being target hogs, and I think they can be. I think they're good. So I could go Pollard here. I might just take Herbert. I got, obviously, Kyler Murray later, Shuck later, Geno later again. I could do something with Trevor Lawrence. Hurts goes. Hurts would have been kind of fun on this team. 81, then 88. Herbert goes. I probably go Pollard. Wide receiver 4 versus Pollard, running back 4. I go Paul. I might have been able to get Harvey or Dowdle with my next pick. I think I'll have a good shot at getting a wide receiver I like with my next pick. I think Pollard just has a high touch floor and potential because he's going to be touching the ball so many times this season that he could stumble into a bunch of touchdowns if the Titans run the offense through him, if they're good, if Carnell Tate is good and they're generating more scoring drives per offensive possession. So that's kind of my upside for Pollard. He's going to be active. He's going to be on the field. I'm not really worried about Singleton. Spears is Spears. They are who we thought they are. Yeah. Yo, I almost didn't see you there. Byron, what's up, brother? By 2040, we'll have 5,000 person finals. I know. What's up, Byron? How we doing, brother? Back 9 bets. Byron, I got some things to tell you. Let me make this pick. And I was talking a lot about the scramble earlier. My PGA best ball teams. Okay, Mekhi Lemon is there. I'm just taking him. I get him 16 picks past ADP. Seems good, right? Getting nice followers tonight. Dowdle was still there, so maybe I could have done something different with the Pollard pick, but I don't know what I would have done. Trevor Lawrence? I don't know. Byron, I have a big scramble team that's still alive. It's in first place in its pod, and it has JJ Spawn and Ryan Gerard. I'm pumped. No one else in my pod has Spawn or Gerard. So, and I have his Satsune on that one. No one else in my pod has his Satsune either. So, I don't necessarily need him to do much, but if Spawn or Gerard can run away with this thing, I'm going to be in a good spot to advance my big scramble. Right now, it's 125 teams less than semifinals. 125 left. 1 out of 5 advance in each pod. It's a 25-person final for $40,000 up top. So that's my biggest sweat. I've got a Pat Mayo still alive, competing to get one of those top 2 spots. I've got a normal scramble that's in first, a normal scramble that's in second, but probably won't advance, and then a third normal scramble that's like off the rails done probably. But if I get that big scramble through, man, it's gonna be it'll be I'll be so happy. I mean, I gotta get through this weekend, but yeah, man. How are your teams doing? Hope you're having some good luck this week at the Memorial. Got some teams that you're sweating at least. And I know you got a whole lot going on at your channel too, and your bets for this week and tracking. But let me know how your scramble teams, your best ball teams are doing, brother. Catch up. Speaking of Adam, there he is. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Adam was live earlier tonight with none other than Meg from the Fanspeak Network, which is funny because I'm going live with Adam on his channel Monday night, and we're going to draft some teams. And I'm going live with Meg on the Fanspeak Network Wednesday night for Best Ball Jeopardy Season 2. I'm facing off against Justin Herzig. You may have heard of him. Winner of Best Ball Mania. Also, Rolling Stones acclaimed greatest fantasy football player in the known universe. So that's something. Okay, Bo Nix is there. It's pretty cool, actually. Bo Nix is there. I take Kyler over Nix. I take Kyler. Boom. Don't forget where you come from. I drafted Justin Jefferson with my first pick. That means I need Kyler to be the guy. And Bo Nix, he's hurt. But he's good. But he's hurt. And he's playing the Patriots in Week 17. That kind of sucks. And I've already got the natural bring back in Week 17 with Garrett Wilson on my Jefferson stack with Kyler. So we're feeling really good. We pushed QB this time. I knew we could make it happen. Took a little bit earlier QBs in the other drafts before this tonight. Maybe Bo Nix comes back around. My other outs, I could stack up Shuck. Did Shuck already go? No way. Yeah, Shuck already went. Wow. Shuck goes over Bo Nix, over Matthew Stafford, over Goff, over Love. I can see it, but man, that's kind of interesting. I have a 1-4-4 build. I've got 4 running backs. It ends with Pollard, starts with Chase Brown. 4 receivers. I probably just go receiver here. I can take Dobbs again or KC. I have Lemon. Maybe go Dobbs. Do I take Bo Nix and I can always backstack him later? I'll go some Bo Nix. I was really thinking about it. I was thinking about it with my last pick. I don't have a ton of good stacking partners left. I've already locked down the Kyler Murray. Shuck was gone. Gino's super late. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Lemon with Hurts was already gone. Lawrence was gone. So I'll take some Bo Nix there. He might be hurt, but he's not that hurt. I mean, come on. Hey, the blue, the white, the yellow Lambo. I wish StreamYard would capture the emojis, but love to see it in the chat. Oh, does it show up this way? No, it doesn't show up that way either. StreamYard, catch up. Up your game, StreamYard. Come on. What are we paying for? Didn't want Bowers, but I'm a value piggy. Yeah. Look what Vape did here. He takes Bowers at 27. Nice. Crazy things happen in these puppies. Yeah, 3 straight drafts out of the 9 spot. Had 4 straight 101 drafts, but they were palms. That's funny, though. Wasn't it last stream I think I had 3 straight drafts out of the 2 spot. Or no, I didn't, because one of them was Jamar Chase. No, maybe I did. Yeah, last stream, I'm pretty sure I had like 3 straight picks out of the 2 spot. Didn't I? I thought I did. And I got Bijan and Gibbs, and then I think another Gibbs. I want to get into more DraftKings drafts this summer, Hames. I need to get into more. And by get into more, I mean get into some, because I don't even have a DraftKings account. Yeah. Tequila Thursdays, let's get it. How did I get so far behind? Oh my gosh. Twisted Thursdays, AF. Cheers. Yeah, we're getting after it. 15% Amon Ra, love it. Answer is clearly I'm on Raw. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta close the YouTube poll. I'll close that. Go vote in the YouTube poll. YouTube poll is closing now. It was supposed to be who's the best value. And wow, JJ is 42% with 36 votes. That's a lot of votes. You cheap bastards. Go, if you're going to vote in the poll, also like the stream. Come on now. We have 27 likes, 36 votes in the poll. You guys are doing me dirty. That's all right. Support your guy, your boy, the Candyman, me, Chris, Fantasy Football Garage. Go by many names. All right, what do we do here? Kincaid at tight end. I went Malik Willis. Let's go for some rushing upside quarterbacks. Have fun with it. Tight end doesn't matter. Let's push tight end. There's actually another pick I want even more that I hope comes back around. Wow, these picks are flying off the board. I didn't have any other stacks to set up, and I'm tired of drafting Geno Smith. So I just pulled the trigger on Malik Willis. I've been trying to get Malik Willis at all. You guys I've talked about him in every draft. I've been trying to get Malik Willis, so I finally did it. Coker here at 136 or Shaheed. Actually go Goddard. So Goddard with my lemon. Big stand there on the Eagles. I like Goddard. I could have gone Coker or Shaheed. What's the difference between Coker and Shaheed and any other wide receiver that goes between now and pick 53? Let's play a little game. Type it in the chat. Guess how many receivers go between pick 136, where I just took Goddard, and 153. There's a free answer right there. There's one with Coker. The earlier answer is whoever gets it right first. We'll exclaim them as the winner. We'll claim them as the winner. So get your answer in. How many wide receivers are going to go between my next pick and the one I just had? It's at least 2. First one to put the right answer. It's at least 3. First one to put the right answer in the chat wins the game. I closed the poll. You guys seem to think that Justin Jefferson is the easiest, best pick value receiver in the first round. I would have gone with him on Raw, but I think Justin Jefferson is a good case. So you guys were not as interested in JSN or CD by far. So that's interesting. Yeah, what's up, Disbanded? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Interesting. Yeah. Amon-Ra is that guy. I wonder. There's a pick I really like late in these drafts. I've been trying to get him in every draft tonight. He's a rookie wide receiver. Let's see if we can land it. And then if I do, or if I don't, I'll tell you guys more about him, why I like him, who it is. But I've got a rookie wide receiver who still goes late that I really like. He's in a pretty good spot, and he's getting rave reviews. I hope I can land him at some point in this draft. We'll see. Yeah, the crying eggplant next to Bryce. What is that about? Yo, what's up, Jerry? How you doing, brother? Brown Town. I'm so far behind, but let me make this pick, and then we'll see. We'll count up the receivers that went, see who wins. Because after this pick, we'll know how many receivers went. Get your vote in. Get your last pick in. If you guys are looking at the board, you'd know it's at least 4, 5, 6. The answer was 6. So the first one who put in 6 in the chat is going to be a winner tonight. I could do Sadiq. It's kind of a fun pick here. I like Strange better. I'm starting to get railroaded at wide receiver. I took a lot of receivers early, though. I have Jefferson, Olave, and Wilson. So, and then Lemon was a good faller to me. So I don't feel like I'm behind, even though I've done this block of purple and blue in the middle of the draft board, which is typically not ideal. You kind of don't want to do that. But I know some late wide receivers that I like that I think are just as good as the available options right here, like a Trey Tucker. So I'm not going to force the pick. And look, here goes the run on tight ends as it was. So I'll take a Trey Tucker here if he's available at 160. I don't really draft Antonio Williams so often. Denzel Boston would be okay. I'd probably go Debo over him. I think I just would. Go ahead and take Debo. Also, do you guys think I should take a fifth running back or just go hyper fragile again with Brown, Tootin, Price, and Pollard? I don't have any overlapping buys, but is that enough draft capital? I'll probably just take a fifth. I probably will take a fifth running back at some point, but let me know your thoughts in the chat. Okay, I'm going to catch up with y'all. The winner had to have guessed 6 wide receivers for the game. Panel's cooking too. Sharp lobby. I mean, it's a puppy, so sometimes they're sharp, sometimes they're crazy. Yeah, I know, Byron, isn't that sick? I'm so stoked on it. I can't stop talking about it. The lemon faller was the cherry on top. I love it. I know, bro. I'm stoked about it. Like, I'm so excited that there's even the chance that this big scramble gets to the finals. I'll be so ecstatic just to have that sweat for another 6 weeks. For it to all come down to Royal Birkdale at the Open. Yeah, I can pull up the big scramble. I can pull it up pretty quick. I use a website I want to share with you. If you guys don't know how to track your big scrambles or your scrambles in general, let me pull up this website. It's good. It's kind of like BBMDB, but it's called bb-golf.com. So bb-golf.com. And I put in big scramble, and then let's go for me. Boom. I've got Cam Young, JJ Spawn, Corey Connors, Mav McNeely, Ryan Gerard, Michael Thorbjornsen, Russell Henley, Matt McCarty, Chris Goddard, up, Emiliano Grillo, Tom Kim, Ryu Hisatsune. That team can do something. I'm excited about it. Or BT overpriced, double stack. I like the T-Law double stacks. I've been doing some T-Law stacks. Talking about eggs. The big scramble. Huhames is sometimes the jokes go over my head, but that was pretty top tier chat joke right there. The big scramble. What we talking about? Eggs. Deshaun Stribling's available. I think I'd do it. He's a slight faller, and I need a receiver. I'd like a receiver. 49ers fits this team just fine. I got a bunch of Eagles anyways. Otherwise, it'd be Jeremy Bernard. I'm going to go Stribling here. So, through 15 rounds, I'm at 3, 4, 6, 2. Kyler, Bo Nix, Malik Willis, done at QB. Chase Brown, Bashal Tootin, Jadarian Price, Tony Pollard. Could probably use one more running back. We'll see where. Jefferson, Olave, Garrett Wilson, Lemon, Trey Tucker, Stribling, Dallas Goedert, Brenton Strange. I like to have a Jaguar on every team. There's just too many good options. I actually have 2 on this one. I got Tootin as well. Okay, do I take a 7th receiver with Jeremy Bernard? I think I would do that. Or Ted Hurst. Or no, I should pull up Zachariah Branch. He's the one I want. But I also don't get a lot of shots at Bernard in this range or at all. Bernard goes. I'm going to take... Yeah. I'm going Zachariah Branch. He's the rookie that I was alluding to. I've been trying to get him in the 17th round, but I think he's more of a 16th round pick now. Zachariah Branch getting rave reviews in OTAs. Potentially going to be Atlanta's number 2 wide receiver. We'll see. The dude's a stud. He led the SEC in receptions last year at the wide receiver position. He's like he's almost 180 pounds, a little bit more slight than that. He repped 225 24 times. The dude is jacked. Christian McCaffrey benched 225, I think 10 times, 11 times. So doubled McCaffrey's bench press. That's pretty intense. His dad was a former Mr. Olympia. Oh, former Mr. Olympia. That kind of rings a bell. That reminds me of Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I'm not really comparing him to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I am comparing him to Amon-Ra St. Brown, if you know what I'm saying. I was advancing both my $150 lineups pre-Byron Nelson. I'm currently getting skunked with the 13 lineups I have left. Okay. Well, we'll see. The cut is going to change everything. We'll hold out some hope for Byron's teams. My guys that got me there left me high and dry in the normie events, but we're talking football tonight. We can talk it all. We talk it all. I know. It's the fine balance. The scramble is such a fine balance between the normie events and the more elite signature events and majors. Tough. Looking forward to the Drafty Monday, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe how long it's been since the last time we drafted together, Adam. I feel like it was just yesterday, but like it's been way too long. We'll get back in the draft streets on Monday, and soon after that, I'm sure. No DraftKings account. Yeah, sports betting is not legal in Texas, and so that's my first kind of excuse. And my second excuse is I found Underdog before I found Best Ball on DraftKings, so that's where I've been. But I think I almost opened a DraftKings account last summer. I think I actually am going to do it. I would have liked to add Nye Mitchell there. I think I actually am going to open an account this year because the tournament and the options they have. Damn, Malik Washington would have been nice. Would have been nice with I finally get Malik Willis. And I'm the only person I ever see drafting Malik Washington. I know he's not completely undrafted, but I feel like no one else cares about him. And I don't get him this time. Manny Wilson goes, another guy that I was big on last year. Paid off nicely. Kind of a fun pick. I didn't get Hawkinson. I took Strange. I'm going to go Dulcich. What's the blurb on Dulcich right now? Seems good. I could be done with 7 wide receivers. I think I will be. I'm going to tack on one more running back because I can't really think of another receiver that I'd want. I have Justin Jefferson with Kyler, Bo Nix. Oh, shit. I have Bo Nix naked. Maybe that's... And I also have Malik naked. No stacks. Well, I have Greg Dulcich. Are there any running backs worth anything? Ray Davis? Marshawn Lloyd? Not for me, usually. Braylon Allen? I could take Braylon Allen, or I could take Troy Franklin or Pat Bryant. I like Troy Franklin better. I wanted to go Troy Franklin, but I think I just go Braylon Allen there and see if there's any value to having one more running back. I think he's okay as a last round running back pick. He's all right. To me, he's got similar upside to some of the other running backs that are more pure handcuffs, but I think Braylon Allen's still good. He's still the youngest guy in the NFL by a wide margin. I mean, there's nobody younger than him. Ever since he was a rookie, he's been in the league for 3 years. Still nobody's younger. Is it 3 years or it's going into his third year? I swear he's a third year guy. He was the year after a year after the Bijan draft class, Gibbs draft class. Yeah, he's going to be in year 3. He suffered an MCL injury last October. I mean, he was good back at Wisconsin. He was decent. Not a great running back class. Trey Benson, another guy. Does he come back from his injury? What's his deal? He's going undrafted right now. Did they move him, trade him? I see Carson Beck go in this draft. You don't see that every day. Vape gets Deshaun Watson. Yup. Katron Allen's kind of a nice pick. I like that. I was talking about Katron Allen earlier tonight. See what Blizzy did over here. He goes Besh, Coleman. Gets Mendoza. Got Shuck in Mayfield. He did his Mayfield with Godwin. I don't know who he did. Oh, Shuck with Tyson. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. I see it. Genty Cook start. Very fun. Nice running back. Double tap there. T. Higgins. I like to play it. If T. Higgins is my first receiver, I don't mind that at all. Odunze seems to be falling a little bit. Are you guys taking Carnell Tate over Odunze these days? Also, I'm so far behind. I'll catch up super fast now the draft's over. And we'll review this team in a bit. Willis Feldew. I wanted Willis so bad. The 8% Twisted Tees. Turn up. Wow, these guys, 2 peas in a pod. Zero said 4. Lizzie said 4. S. Dot said 8. Huhaim said 13. He's just a troll. Jedi said 3. Vape said 7. Sanka said 7. And then Sanka said 6. But I'm pretty sure that was after I had already disclosed it was 6. No one got it. Jedi said 6. Laughed my ass off. Yeah, of course, because you guys all said 6 and then assumed that I wouldn't have figured out that it already had elapsed. No one wins. There's no prize except for just honor, respect, dignity, and getting pulled up on chat. But you all get pulled up anyways. So there was no prize, but it was funny that you all thought you could pull a fast one on me. I'm surprised I just caught that, though. Twisted 8s. Solid. Refreshing. We're sipping on a thirsty, twisted tequila Thursday. Cheers, my guys. Love it. We're going to rebrand the stream. Branch is the dog. He will keep moving up over the coming months. I think so too, Nathan. I want to learn more. I think so too. Gustavo, what's up, brother? Any top 10 picks that we should worry about, like CMC, St. Brown, JT, Jefferson? My friend, do I have the perfect place for you to get these answers? Check out my new podcast, Edge Detection, on Apple Podcast and Spotify. The links are in the description, but I'm going to post them into the chat for you. Here's the Spotify link. Boom. And here's the Apple Podcast link, because my very first episode, I put out episodes every Sunday. I'm a little bit late on this one for this week, considering it's Thursday, but I'm working on the script still. Let me share this with you from that was Apple, right? Let me share the Spotify one. Or no, was that was Spotify. Here's the Apple link. So the first episode I did was Bijan versus Gibbs. Both good to go. Second episode I did was Chase versus Puka versus JSN. I'm slightly fading JSN for 2026. I don't think it's a complete... I called him a trap pick, but I don't think it's the worst pick, but I don't think it's the best pick. Then the third episode I did, and they're all about 5-minute episodes, super short, data-driven, punchy, get to the conclusion. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I reviewed JT and McCaffrey, and I want you to go check out that episode, JT versus McCaffrey, see if you agree with me, see what you think. One of the players between JT and McCaffrey, I think there's a big risk, and one of them has very clear league winning upside. They're both good. They're both great, right? But if we're going to be very granular and being very critical, I like one much more than the other after I looked into it, did the research, did my homework. So I share that with y'all. And then coming out, I was trying to release it on Sunday. I got busy. I'm rewriting the script. I have a Monroe St. Brown versus Justin Jefferson versus CeeDee Lamb is my 4th episode. So, and the episode that's coming out this Sunday after I get that one out finally, it's going to be a debate on Genty, Cook, and Achane. And I think I'm going to bring Barkley into that too, because he seems to be going around them. So check it out, man. Follow the podcast. See if you like it. Give me some feedback. All the good stuff. Thanks for being here. Great question. Jeff T says, I have a team in the big board with Zachariah Branch that has an 80% chance of advancing per BBMDB. Sick. Sounds pretty cool. I haven't dove into the projections on BBMDB about my big board teams yet. I haven't been. I just moved right on to drafting, the post NFL draft. Yeah, I agree with your sentiment. I don't not like your team. I just agree that I don't like my own teams when I take Bowers, McBride, or Colston Loveland. It's just so hard to make them look good. The opportunity cost is so big to take one of those early elite tight ends. It really is. It's crazy. Down for the next draft. You were down for this draft and the one before that too. But I guess I got him in too fast. I really don't like Branch profile or tape, but he seems like the Falcons love him, and that matters a lot. I got to dig more into him and get more critical, because right now I like him. I think I like what I see, what I hear. I have so much Branch just throw in on the end of every draft for the New Orleans bring back. Yeah, it's a fun reason to play it too. Actually, and rookie receivers every year. Some of them come out of nowhere. Some of them we kind of expect it. I think we're going to see Carnell Tate rising a little bit. He's getting some nice hype. He's looking good. I got a big fall on Lemon in this draft. I took Lemon at pick 88, and I don't draft a whole lot of Lemon since he landed on the Eagles. Now that A.J. Brown's moved, I kind of expect that to be good for him. Obviously, maybe it was already baked in. It wasn't really baked in. We know that as best ball drafters, we double count everything. It's never baked in. We always overreact to news that we know is coming. But I do like Lemon's. I like getting Lemon here. I like the way he fits this team. Genty needed to be in the CMC versus JT one. People are saying. I'd be interested to see Barkley with those guys. They pretty much always go over him when he was RB1 2 years ago. Yeah, they pretty much always go over him, but he was RB1 2 years ago. It's true. It's true. I think I'm going to throw him into that, and I'm still working on that script as well. For that, that'll be the 5th episode. But yeah, edge detection. Check it out. Apple. I think that's a Spotify link. But regardless, links in description. You can search edge detection. The SEO is not going to be great at this point in time. You can follow Edge Detection on Twitter at Edge Detection FF. It's a work in progress. Follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. I'll let you know when the episodes go live and when I'm live. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, for sure. Of course. And that's kind of like, bro, you found the right place. I can't believe it. I intend for the episodes to be evergreen throughout the off season as we prepare for our drafts, for our redrafts, everything. They're not just centric to, any one format, best ball, redraft, dynasty. It's just player take versus player take. I give the upside, the base case, the downside, and I do it in about a 5± minute episode to try to give you what I think and where the conclusions that I'm coming to. So it's kind of like me doing my own research for my own benefit, and then I'm just sharing it with y'all in the podcast because I think it's fun, and it's another kind of creative content creating space that I wanted to get into for a long time. So it's completely different than my shows here. These, of course, are just a bunch of bullshit, bunch of best ball live drafts, having fun, interacting with the chat, doing all this stuff. But the podcast I'm being pretty structured with, and I'm going to have on some pretty intense data, industry leading data analyst guests. I'm still lining them up timing wise throughout the season, but I'm going to be looking to get a lot of those guys in July with my move going on next week and all that. So I'm getting some things lined up, but I want to bring, and then for those episodes, they're going to be anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour long, where I bring on the guest for a truly evergreen topic, something that is more strategic or structural about drafting or trends or year-over-year trends, things that we can apply for the future forever in fantasy. Concepts like elite tight end, zero RB. How does coaching scheme or a new offensive coordinator or a new head coach who calls plays coming into an offense, what does the data tell us? What does history say about how that could be good or bad for offenses, skill position players for fantasy? So big evergreen topics like that are what I'm going to be having on some guests on the podcast to discuss. So you're early. You made it here. You found the podcast. Thanks for checking it out. Gustavo, appreciate you, brother. And yeah, you can listen to it while you're brushing your teeth, taking a walk with the dog, commuting. They're short episodes. I try to make sure the audio quality is decent, pretty good. So yeah, peace, Huhames. Thanks for being here, brother. Always good to see you. Peace out, Vape. Nice team. Thanks for being here. Thanks for drafting with me, brother. All right, I'm checking the Twitter. Let's see what I missed here. Nothing. We got Bruni posting a JSN clip. Love it. JSN was in the thumbnail tonight. I didn't draft JSN. We drafted from the 9 spot, all 3 drafts. Got some of the boys liking the tweets, retweeting it. Appreciate y'all. You can follow me on Twitter at FFB Garage. Know when I'm going live, but make sure you're subscribed here. Random. I saw YouTube analytics says 33% of my viewers are not subscribed. I honestly can't believe that. You guys wouldn't do me dirty like that. You guys support the channel. It's free. Subscribe. I would hit 1,000. I'm doing a big 1,000 sub goal stream coming soon. It's gonna be a Friday or Saturday night soon. We're gonna go long. We'll have some fun guests on. Some people come in, chit chat. We're gonna do anything but drafting. We're gonna be playing poker on stream together. I'll put the link in the chat. We'll get some people in here, play some poker. Maybe we'll have some guests on, some celebrity poker. That could be actually a really fun idea. I'm actually going to do that. And then we'll do other games, like free online games. I'm going to get Jackbox Party Pack from Steam, and then I'll have that set up, and then I can send the links to y'all, and y'all can play from your phones or your desktop. We'll do some Jackbox games. I don't know if you've ever seen those, if you played those before. It's super fun. It's like party games. And then we'll do some things like we'll do some racing, we'll do some miniature putt like online, we'll maybe even do some first-person shooters. We'll see what we'll get into. It might be wild. It could be fun, but we're doing anything but drafting to celebrate the 1,000 subs, just to break it up, have some fun, get the chat in here interacting. Hey, we can draft together, but let's play some games together. Let's have some fun. It'll be like a fun, different thing to do, and there'll be some giveaways too for members and for subs. So check that out. Come get in here. Be a part of the community. Up, up, up. The only direction that we're going. We're getting better every day, having fun. You'd be surprised. Let's see. What do I want to show? Let's close out of the draft board. Go back this way. Zoom out. Review this team. Like and subscribe. Okay. 3573. It's a puppy draft. I went Kyler Murray, Bo Nix, Malik Willis, Chase Brown, Bashal Tootin, Jadarian Price, Tony Pollard, Braylon Allen. QB room, solid. Mid-round picks, rushing upside, Konami code, good coach, should be an okay offense, should be better with Kyler, good coach, good offense. Complete shit show, but Malik Willis, Konami code, let's get it. Chase Brown, Bashal Tootin, Jadarian Price, Tony Pollard, Braylon Allen. Not a bad combo, not a bad mix. If you don't like Chase Brown, you're not going to like this team. If you don't like Bashal Tootin, you're not going to like this team. If you don't like Jadarian Price, you're not going to like this team. But I like all of these guys. And I think Pollard's somewhat underrated, but I don't even need much from him on this squad. He's at my RB4. Wide receiver, stacked Justin Jefferson. I got Chris Olave. Wasn't able to land Chuck. I got Garrett Wilson. It's a bring back for my stack week 17 with Justin Jefferson and Kyler. Mekhi Lemon, I get him 16 picks past ADP. I like Mekhi Lemon in the 80s. Much better. I then pushed receiver for a while because I got the big fall on Mekhi Lemon and I already had a bunch of draft capital in these guys. Trey Tucker, Deshaun Stribling, and Zachariah Branch. So I got 3 rookies out of my 7 receivers. You don't see that every day. I think it works with this team, though. It kind of works in this way. Dallas Goedert, again, way too much Dallas Goedert tonight, but I get him. Same thing with Brenton Strange. I draft a lot of Brenton Strange. I like him. And then Greg Dulcich for the stack with Malik Willis. Why not? So it's a fun team. Some people are just not privy. Yeah. This community is the best. Yeah, it is the best. Glad you're part of it, Hoot Hames. Thanks for being here, brother. And B. Fred. Pick 3 must-haves between Olave, Flowers, Ladd, and Egbuka in full PPR. Also, would you take Brees or Bowers over any of them? Typically don't like early tight end. Thoughts? Full PPR redraft? If it's full PPR redraft, which I assume it is because you're like preparing for picks. 3 must-haves of that group. It's got to be Olave. It's got to be Flowers. I'm kind of a coin flip between Ladd and Egbuka. I'm not really fully there yet on who I really, really prefer. I think I slightly prefer Ladd. Would I take Brees or Bowers over any of them? I would take Brees over all of them except for Olave. I would go Olave, Brees, and Flowers. And I think the discussion between Flowers and Ladd and Egbuka is pretty close, though. But I like Flowers a lot this year. I've always liked him. I think the touchdown upside could swing back in his favor. Ton of receptions, ton of targets, good yardage. Just needs more touchdowns. We have a healthy Lamar Jackson. For 2026, we have Declan Doyle coming in from the Bears. He's the new offensive coordinator. Could be good. Jesse Minter could be good. And then Bowers, I think most people would put Bowers at the front of this list. But if you're not really interested in early tight end, I get it. But I think I would just say, if you gave me this list, I must have, and it's in full PPR, I'd go Bowers, Olave, then Brees. But if you really don't want the tight end, I get it. Flowers, name mogs, all of them. Yeah, Drew. Flowers is Zay Flowers has that. I mean, Ladd McConkey is a pretty funny name. Like there's some name kind of like plus value there. It's pretty funny. Suave Olave. Let's see. Banner off. Music down. Thanks so much for being here tonight, guys. We did it. We been live for almost 2.5 hours. This is pretty good. We ripped 3 drafts. We did 2 best ball manias and the puppy draft. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna get some rest. Tomorrow's Friday. Probably go live again. Why not? We'll see. We'll see what we get into. Have a great Friday. Get ready for a fun weekend. It's summer. It's best ball summer. And I got a lot of shows lined up for next week. We talked about it. I'm sweating out my big scramble. So everyone help me by visualizing and a win for JJ Spawn or Ryan Gerard this weekend at the Memorial. And I will be extremely happy. I'll probably be blowing up Twitter with my excitement. But yeah, thanks for being here. Check out the podcast. I'll catch y'all in another draft probably tomorrow night. Let's draft some teams tomorrow night. It'll be fun. I had really good vibes tonight on the best ball manias we drafted. We're feeling good. It's a good time of the year to be drafting. I actually prefer to be drafting in June than July, for what that's worth. I think July is kind of like a weird dead middle time, but to be drafting. But yeah, thanks again. Have a great night, everyone. As Jedi would say, What do we call it? It's like I want to go find exactly what we called it. We're sipping on Thirsty Thursday twisted tequila. Let me try that again. I can't even say it with a straight face. I can't even say it. That's it from me, the Candyman, the Fantasy Football Garage. Everyone go enjoy. You're sipping on Thirsty Twisted Tequila Thursdays. Cheers, my guys. Peace out.